Vegans remain in charge over in League 2 despite not playing a game, of course. But what about the chasing pack? How did they get on this past weekend? We'll take a little look next. Once again, in our prediction video today, we look forward to match day number, what is it? It's match day number, it's bloody match day number 17 over in League 2, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe and hit your bang and all things League 2 related, Blabbing Rose related. Woo! Football, we're going to know here, boys. Under one Rooski, that's right, of course. Forest Green Rovers didn't play a game, but of course remain top of the box, of course, despite the chasing pack. Some of them picking up points, of course, this past weekend, but of course the Vegans in charge and of course kicking ass and taking names. But will they still be there this coming match day? We'll take a look at it in just a second. Big shout out to my VRPs. Who are the bloody they? They're the bloody patrons, boys. Thank you for your love, and of course, if you know where you've been, smash your subscribe. So let's get into it. Can you bang up to date with, of course, what went on last time around? Of course, the Forest Green Rovers and a couple of other clubs didn't get the games, whether it's COVID, whether it's internationals, I don't even know. But let's bring you bang up to date with, of course, those games that did take place this past weekend. Starting with Bristol Rovers, they did pick up a win over Northampton Town. Of course, Northampton doing very, very well. Of course, big win for Bristol Rovers, 2-1 win in the end. I went with a draw. Meanwhile, Carlisle are still struggling, 0-0 in the end. They're in the relegation, or just outside the relegation zone. They picked up a draw against Barrow. Meanwhile, Exeter City picked up a 2-1 win over Oldham, who are still struggling. They are in the relegation zone, and they could go down. Of course, one of the founding members of the Premier League in a bit of trouble. Meanwhile, Stevenage, they got beat by Mansfield Town, or moving the chains up to 18th in the table. Walsall picked up a loss against Harrogate Town. Of course, they kept their dream alive for a promotion. 3-1 win for them in the end. Of course, the Vegans against Colchester, Bristol and Hartlepool did lose to the Newport County. Of course, are starting to grind as well up to 6th in the table. Vale picked up a draw against Bradford City to remain 2nd in the table. Of course, Rochdale did draw with Leyton Orient 2-2 in the end. Leyton Orient, where are they now? 9th in the table. Scunthorpe United against Salford end up all square 1-1 in the end, and Swindon against Crawley also postponed for Swindon. The Robins. I said the Robins? I don't know. Of course, Tranmere did pick up a loss against Sutton United. 1-0 win for Sutton in the end. So Sutton doing absolutely incredible, considering I anticipate them to go straight back down. But as you can see, am I going to count up these? Is there any need? 1, 2... Don't even bother about it. Don't even bloody bother about it. So let's get into the next round of matches. Of course, before that, let's take a look at the table. This is the table as it stands. Forest Green Rovers have a game in hand. 2 points clear over Port Vale. But of course, Port Vale could actually leapfrog them. So could Exeter could leapfrog them to go top of the pops for the first time this season. As for the foot of the table, Scunthorpe and Oldham going down as it stands. Of course, like I said, Oldham founding member of the Premier League. Scunthorpe were in League 1. Had a chance of actually doing very, very well to get themselves promoted to the Championship not too long ago. Very, very within a handful of seasons ago. Let's take a look at the grand scheme of things. Like I said, I did pretty poor, but some guys did pretty well. Russell Frost and Alex Bell got themselves 6 out of 10 there, I think. So well done to you guys. What about the grand scheme of things? Of course, over in the Prediction League, well, your man, Gaming Charlie is your leader at the moment, 79 points on the board. Alex Bella and Luke NTFC, 77, of course, in joint second at the moment. But of course, a lot of points on the table still as we approach getting closer to that halfway mark. But of course, still a chance for you guys to get involved as well. Let's take a look at the next round of matches and show if you want to get involved. Cutley/League 2, use the code down there. So let's get into it. Of course, kicking it all off with Barrow up against Crawley Town. That's, of course, taking place on Saturday, November the 20th. Now, these two sides have played each other 8 times in the past. Of course, 3 wins apiece and 2 draws. Barrow comes this just 1 defeat past 58% form up against Crawley, who are 6 defeats on the spin and 0% form. We don't see that very often, but it's legit. John Yems is in a bit of trouble potentially to lose his job, I would say. Of course, last time that was in Barrow's a 3-2 win. That was back in March. Of course, Barrow comes into the draw against Carlisle. Of course, Crawley did lose to Southampton under-21s in the Football League Trophy. That's back on November the 9th. The odds on this one go in favour of Barrow, 11-10 for the victory, 5-2 is your Crawley underdogs at 12-5 is your draw. I'm going with a win for Barrow on this one. Usually I wouldn't back them, but I'm backing them right now because I think Crawley are in a bit of a free fall. Next up, of course, we have Bradford City. They're going to be taking on Northampton Town at Vale Parade. Of course, now these two sides have played each other 18 times, 2006, 11 wins for Bradford, 3 for Northampton Town, 4 draws. Of course, biggest win for Bradford, 3-0 win. The biggest other way was a 2-0 win. Bradford coming to this 58% form, just 1 one defeat the past 6 games for them. Up against Northampton Town without a win in 3, 58% form for them as well. Actually, Northampton have actually won more games in the last 6 than Bradford, both on 58% form. Of course, coming at you though, last time around, Barrow was a 2-1 win for Bradford. That was, of course, back in September 2019. Of course, Bradford picked up a draw against Port Vale last round. Of course, Northampton did lose to Bristol Rovers. Look at the odds on this one. We're 5-4 for the hosts. Of course, they are your favourites. 94 is your away win. That's Northampton Town, the underdogs. Of course, 94 is also your draw on this. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Bradford City, of course, to take it to the house. Bristol Rovers up against Tranmere Rovers, of course, in League 2. Of course, played 11 times, 2008, 4 wins apiece and 3 draws. Bristol Rovers come to this 50% form for them right now, picking up just 1 defeat past 4. Barnes boys believe in the project. Of course, as for Tranmere, they come to this 2 wins the past 6, 42% form as well. Of course, last time around was in Tranmere, was a 0-0 draw. However, last time played in Bristol, was back in 2019, was in League 1, and was a 2-0 win for Bristol Rovers. What are we looking at here? Yes, kicking on forward. Bristol Rovers picked up 2-1 win over Northampton last round. Of course, Tranmere did lose to Sutton last round. Look at the odds on this one. We have 11-8 on this year. Of course, here Bristol Rovers 20-10. Each Tranmere 11-5 is short. It's quite tight, this one. 1-0 win though for me, for Bristol Rovers to take it. Exeter, of course, Exeter City could go top of the pops with a win. They're going to be taking on Carlisle United. Red hot home win, you would think, on this one. 24 times they played each other since 2003. 11 wins for Exeter, 6 wins for Carlisle, and 7 draws. Exeter coming to this 92% form, just 1 blip. That's a draw. And the last 6 picking up 5 wins of the past 6. Up against Carlisle though, despite their situation, they've actually just lost once at the past 6 games for Carlisle. 58% form for them at the moment. Of course, they come into this on the back of a 1-0 win last round for Carlisle. In Carlisle, when they took on Exeter, that was back in January 2021. Last time, though, in Exeter was a 1-0 win as well for Exeter. Of course, Exeter did beat Oldham last time around. Carlisle picked up a draw against Barrow last time around. Look at the odds on this one. Exeter 4-3 on. They are your red hot favourites. 7-2 is your Carlisle. 30-5 is your draw. 3-1 win for me for Exeter on this one, and they could go top of the pops. Next, of course, we have Stevenage, who are in a bit of trouble themselves up against Colchester United. Of course, also in a bit of trouble. Robbie O'Keefe is your man at the moment, of course, for Stevenage. Played 17 times to 2011. 4 wins to Stevenage, down wins to Colchester, and 4 draws. Stevenage coming to this just 1 win and 6, 33% form for them right now up against Colchester. 2 wins in the past 6 games, 42% form. Of course, last time around was in Stevenage. It was a 0-0 draw back in January 2021. Stevenage did pick up a loss against Mansfield last time around. Ipswich did beat Colchester in the Football League Trophy. Of course, last time around was back on November the 9th. Of course, look at the odds on this one. What are we looking at here? Stevenage coming at you. Where are you? 11-10 for the victory. Of course, 12-5 is your way when that's Colchester. And we have 5-2 is your draw. Going to go with a 0-0 draw myself on this one. Next up, we have Walsall against Rochdale. Of course, now these two sides played each other 18 times since 2006. 8 wins for Rochdale, 5 wins for Walsall, and 5 draws. Walsall coming in back-to-back defeats for them. 58% form against Rochdale. Just 1 defeat about 6 games. 58% form for them as well. Of course, coming in chill last time around was in Rochdale. Was a 2-1 win for last time around in Walsall was a 2-1 win for Rochdale. So back in League 1 back in February 2019. Last time they played each other, that was in Walsall, sorry. Of course, Walsall coming in on the back of that loss against Harrogate. Of course, Rochdale picked up a 2-2 draw against Leyton Orient. Odds on this one, 5-4 is your host on this one. That is Walsall. 20-10 is your Rochdale. 23-10 is your draw. 1-1 draw for me on this one. I cannot separate the two sides. Can you? What about Harrogate Town up against Salford City? Of course, played each other 10 times in 2016. 5 wins for Salford, 1 for Harrogate, and 4 draws. Biggest win for Harrogate, 3-0 win. Biggest win the other way was a 1-0 win. Harrogate coming to this just 1 defeat the past 3 games, 42% form. Up against Salford, unbeaten in the last 3, picking up 2 wins and a draw to boot. Of course, last time around was in Salford. It was a 2-2 draw back in January. Last time played each other in Harrogate was a 1-0 win for Salford. Of course, Harrogate, have they ever won against this lot? It's been a while. So Harrogate's last win, the only win, was against Salford back 2016 in the FA Trophy qualification phase, way back in 2016. Of course, Harrogate did pick up a 3-1 win over Walsall. That was last time around. Salford picked up a draw against Scunthorpe last time around. Look at the odds on this one. 11-10 on is your Harrogate. Of course, 25 is your away win. 25 is also your draw. I've gone with the 2-0 win for Harrogate on this one. Salford are in trouble. Next up, of course, we have Hartlepool up against, of course, the leaders. The Vegans, that's right, of course, these two sides locking horns for what will be the first time, of course, in my eyes anyway. Of course, Hartlepool come to this, what we're looking at here, just 1 win and 4 for them, 58% form up against Forest Green, just 1 defeat about 6, 67% form for them right now. Of course, Newport County did beat Hartlepool last round. Of course, Forest Green did beat Walsall last round in the Football League Trophy. That's back on November the 10th. Hartlepool, of course, coming at you, the favourites for this one. Did I say Hartlepool? I meant Forest Green Rovers 11-10 for the victory. The favourites, of course, 11-5 as your hosts, 35 is your draw. Going to go with the Vegans here, 2-1 win to take it. Kicking off forward and down to Brisbane Road, it's Leyton Orient up against Sutton United. Of course, played the 4 times since 2017, 2 wins apiece, no draws. Leyton Orient kept this unbeaten in the last 6 games, 75% form up against the Sutton side. Picked up just 1 defeat past 5 for them, 67% form for them right now. Of course, last time I played was in Sutton. I was back in the National League back in April 2019. Last time I played at Brisbane Road, same year. I was a 1-0 win for Sutton at, of course, Leyton Orient. Of course, Leyton Orient did pick up a draw against Rochdale. Of course, Sutton picked up a 1-0 win over Tranmere. In fact, they've gone 3, 3 clean sheets on the bounce. Sutton United, of course, that's pretty impressive, including when you look at some of the opposition. 23-20 is your Leyton Orient, 23-10 is your Sutton, of course, 25 is draw. So the host side favourites on here, 2-0 win for me to take it. Next, of course, we have Mansfield up against Scunthorpe United. Now these two sides played 11 times in 2003, 7 wins for Mansfield, 2 wins for Scunthorpe United, and we've got 2 draws. Of course, Mansfield come to this, 4 wins at the bounce, 75% form. They've started the kick of the gear up against Scunthorpe, of course, under management by Keith Hill, 4 unbeaten or winless in 4, just 1 win in 6, 33% form for them right now. The last time I played was in Mansfield, was a 3-0 win. That's back in April. Course, yes, that was a big win for Mansfield. Of course, Mansfield come to us on the back of that win over Stevenage. Scunthorpe did draw with Salford last round. Look at the odds on this one then. 5-4 on is your Mansfield. Of course, 13-5 is your draw. 10-3 is your long shots. That's Scunthorpe United. Going to go with 2-1 for Mansfield on this one. They've got the bit between the teeth right now. Of course, they're going to start to climb the table. Next, of course, Newport County up against Swindon Town. Of course, played each other 10 times in 2014. 4 wins to Newport County, 5 wins to Swindon, and 1 draw. So Newport come to this. 2 wins and 2 defeats in the past 4 games, 58% form up against Swindon. Just 1 defeat past 6, 75% form for them right now. Of course, coming at you last round, in Newport County was a 2-0 win. That was back in January 2020. Of course, Newport County did beat Hartlepool last round. Swindon did beat Newport County in the bloody, in the Football League Trophy. That was the last match. So these two sides just played each other. But of course, it was in Swindon last time around. Look at the odds on this one. We are 23-20 is your hosts. Of course, 94 is your away win. That's Swindon, 25 is your draw. Quite tight this one. Going to go with a 2-0 win there for the hosts on this. And then finally, Oldham up against Port Vale. A bit of a local rivalry, this bad boy. Of course, they played each other 31 times since 1994. And 9 wins for Oldham, 11 wins for Port Vale, and 11 draws. Of course, Port Vale without winning at least 6 games. Of course, Port Vale, though, unbeaten in the last 7, picking up 4 wins in the past 5. 83% form for them right now. Of course, last time pleasure at Port Vale was a 0-0 draw. Last time pleasure in Oldham was a 2-1 win for Port Vale. The home side hasn't won this game. Oh my days, since Port Vale beat Oldham back in 2014. It's been a while, folks. Of course, 5-2 is your odds on this one for the host. On this one, 20-20 is your Port Vale. They are your favourites. 5-2 is your draw. We're going to go with a 2-0 win for Port Vale on the road. And that's my picks, boys. Be sure to get your own picks as well using the code or the website, /League2. Get involved in it, get amongst it. And of course, see if you can top the pops over in the Prediction League. That's my picks, boys. Be sure to give the videos a love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check your links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and Patreon as well. But until then, folks, I'll see you soon for the next one, whenever that is.